think you surprise me less or scare me less with these headphones on now.
Yeah. Ask the Boss episode number
30. Meet Doug.
Bird.
Yeah.
Birdie Bird.
Chirp, chirp.
It is
Yeah.
June 2nd.
June 2nd.
Tuesday.
Pause for our sponsor,
for our
America
sponsor.
Energy. Thank you for supplying us with the best energy drink on the market.
We should do a Starbucks flavored.
Bird's wearing panties over his face today. He said, forget these masks. I'm going with panties.
He designed his own. Polka dot.
I made this by hand.
Did you really?
Did you?
No, definitely not.
Definitely not. All right. Let's get in it.
Is there any product that we should put in here?
I don't know. I'm so discombobulated. Is that a word? Is
It's
that
a
an
good.
actual word?
I love that word. It's a good one. Yeah.
Is that an actual word or is that made up word?
I made it up and
Because
it's a word.
I just feel discombobulated.
Yeah, I've used that word a
What the
lot.
heck is going on with this world?
Discombobulated.
Should we just get into
I feel
that?
like I need more juice in my ears. Which one's mine, Bird?
You are...
Bro, over here, you got to do
number
these.
2, yeah. Number 2.
Oh.
Oh, you want it in your ears.
Is that louder?
It's
Yeah.
that one. Then.
These, right?
You're number 2 on that, too.
Oh, bird.
So 1, 2.
Yeah.
Wiki. You know what was really funny?
Yeah.
You know what Jackson wanted to watch last night before bed?
Discombobulated is a word.
It is?
Dictionary.
Oh,
Yep.
nice.
What's the meaning?
Confused and disconcerted.
Yeah.
Meat Brigade.
That's about right.
I don't know.
Yeah, it just says
in
Meat
there.
Brigade.
Hey.
Jackson really wanted to watch the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle scene where they are in the elevator and they're like, wiki, and he's like
That's
rapping. That scene is great.
So it's in the Ask the Boss one, right? Remember
Yeah,
time?
that one Ask the
Yeah,
Boss
yeah.
theme. Yeah. But then, did he fart in one? Like, did the Mikey fart in the elevator?
Yeah,
He's like,
he
there's
did.
one where Mikey farts,
Yeah, it's
and
the
he's
same.
like, play that one. It's the same one?
Yeah, same one.
Yeah. So
It's a great movie.
Great movie.
it is a good movie.
Oh, shout out to Abinator Fitness. Bro, do you know we got an account in the Virgin Islands? Do you know that?
Bro, Swanson Nutrition Corner just said something on here.
What up, cuz?
Great word. In the Milwaukee airport, they actually have a recombobulation area through security check. So, dude, you're going to have to get a shirt from him so you can rock him.
Yeah, Mike, send me a shirt. Please.
Now.
Right now.
So we're in the Virgin Islands, huh?
Yeah, Virgin Islands.
Yeah.
So TJ and Gabrielle Abinator, they were Manassas Nutrition Corner customers back
He's
in.
a big boy. He's like 6'5",
Big boy,
isn't he?
Yeah, and
big.
he used to play baseball, I think. Anyways, they just like picked up their life and moved to the Virgin Islands.
Good.
Opened up to
You know
fitness.
what? Sounding about pretty
Yeah.
good right about now.
They got one fitness studio, and they just opened up their second. And yeah, I think a vacation in the Virgin Islands soon sounds about, or just a account visit, Doug.
Yeah, I was going to say, here we go. Doug, I got to go visit this account in the Virgin Islands. Yeah.
I like places like that because you don't need a passport to go there, right? It's U.S. territory. You don't have to go through customs and all that stuff. Like,
You still have to go through customs, but it's a U.S. territory, right?
right, so you don't, I guess you don't technically need a passport.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, shout out to Abinator Fitness.
All right,
That's all
let's
the
see.
big
Let me
like
just see.
kingpins, open up their bank accounts. And
Virgin
stuff
Islands?
Yeah.
And maybe that's
We
what
need
it's on.
All right. So what are we getting into today, mate?
I don't know, Doug. I told you before we
We're
went on
just-
air. I'm just going to let you kind of lead it. I'm going to be your support.
Discombobulated.
Yeah.
Should we talk about some products, or should we talk about all the crap that's going on right now?
Yeah, let's go crap
Go
first.
crap.
Yeah.
What day?
dude,
what day was?
Dude, I don't even know where to start.
was George Floyd killed?
I don't even know where to start.
Was it Thursday?
It's just so messed up on so many levels. Like when I first saw the video, this was like last Wednesday because we do I lead like a kind of a Bible study on Wednesday night, and we were talking about it in relation to that, and it was just like, I'm usually okay with watching certain like rough videos and stuff, but like I was disturbed. Like that was so messed up on so many levels, right? I mean, and the fact that it was a white guy doing it to a black guy just amplifies it. But like the humanity there, like regardless if he was Muslim or he was white or whatever, like it was just so up. And then
It was like bad where you didn't want to watch, but you had to watch it.
oh,
Like,
totally,
yeah, it was just like one of
totally. Like when you can, he's literally like
Couldn't
crying for his
comprehend
mom.
it.
Yeah, like dude, I literally felt sick, right? And then now going to like the other extreme, like these riots, and like how is that possibly justified? Like get the fuck out of here. The protests 100% justified. and there should be more protests. But like taking it to the streets and burning innocent people's businesses that they, I dropped an F-bomb in there, that they,
Sorry, we're letting it roll. It's passion.
that they have spent their lives building has nothing to do and doesn't further your cause. It only creates, I was just listening to Lane talk about this, and he made a good point. It just creates more extremes, right? Because then they're doing all this stuff on the extreme side. It gives more ammunition to, maybe the extremes on the other side will say, see, look, this is how you're acting. And then, it goes back and forth. And then, man, like targeting cops, like how is that any better, right? Like that doesn't help your cause. And it's just sad, right? Like, and it's hard. Like I really struggled with being able to talk about it or articulate it because like I grew up there's no argument about it in a very white privileged life, right? Like I never dealt with racism. Like I was looking back at some pictures from our wedding. I mean, there was just as many black guys there who were my good friends, as white guys. Like I never saw color, right? But, I think we're raised in a world where I don't think I should say I didn't see color, right? Like I recognized it. And I think I was through this whole process, I've been able to understand the other perspectives a little bit more. Like I always thought maybe Black Lives Matters was a racist term in and of itself, right? Like, well, no, all lives matter. But through this process, I've learned that like just in looking at other perspectives that no, Black lives do matter, right? And I saw this post where somebody was trying to explain it, and it went something like, just imagine if you have 4 kids and your 4 kids or your 4 sons or whatever, and you have one son that keeps coming to you saying, I have this terrible problem, Dad. I have this terrible problem, Dad. Like something terrible is happening to me. And your response to that person is keeping like, all you 4 matter to me. I love you, right? Like you 4 matter to me. Well, that you're ignoring the problem that your one son is facing on an everyday basis, right? So by saying, no, son, you matter to me, I'm going to focus on that, it doesn't mean you don't love your other sons, which in this perspective, it's like, I totally get the Black Lives Matter movement now. You're not saying that white lives or yellow lives or brown lives like don't matter. That's not what you're saying. Now, there might be some extremes that do mean it that way, but they're racist. But 99.99% of the people in the Black Lives Matter movement don't mean that. Right. So it's always, you take these 2 extremes of people, and that is what's driving this huge divide. But I think the large majority, like, I think every white cop watching that video would say that was fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, and if they don't, then they should fucking be in jail too.
Right.
So it's just so disturbing. And the question is like, what do you do? And then it's like, as a business owner, like we thought long and hard about what is our message, right? I do not believe strongly that silence is compliance. I don't believe that. Because just like I don't think some people are equipped to speak intelligently on fitness and nutrition, giving nutrition advice when you've never taken a nutrition course, you've never dieted yourself, like maybe you're just not comfortable. Maybe you just can't, you're so emotionally overwhelmed that you can't get your words together. So saying that silence is compliance, I don't agree with. But then if you do have something to say, right, like you have to put out a message there, and somebody's going to get pissed off regardless of what you say. Even if you're like heart of hearts, like you mean the right thing, somebody's going to be pissed off, right? Like I see people being pissed off about the Blackout Tuesday thing. Yeah. Like somebody's going to be pissed off regardless. So I have taken the approach to it as, and this is something that I've learned in actually the more recent years in how I approach all dealings with people, is that at the end of the day, if I know I'm coming from a genuine position that really comes from like a WWJD position, not to get too spiritual on you guys here, but if it's coming from like my core values and something that I believe in strongly, and I feel like I'm doing the right thing, I can't control how you are going to respond to mine. If you respond shitty, then that's not my problem. right? Like, I'm sorry you feel that way, but that's not my intent, right? So that was my just approach with all of this. And, you know, we thought long and hard about, like, what are we going to say as a company? Because, you know, obviously the systemic racism needs to go, right? At the same time, looting and rioting and violence against innocent people needs to go, right? All this hate and anger and all that bullshit needs to go. So that's where, for Core, that was the message of our post, right? My personal statement on this is, as a Christ follower, like, none of this is okay, right? Like, my post today talks about walking humbly with God. And when I saw that white officer putting his knee into that guy's neck, it was 100%, my interpretation was pride. That motherfucker had so much pride that the more people shouted at him, and and racism, right? Like, it was probably, if it was maybe more white people shouting at him, but there were white people shouting at him too, get the fuck off. You know, it was a pride that he couldn't let up, right? Like, because if he backed off because he realized, shit, I'm doing something like I shouldn't be doing, the more they yelled at him, the deeper he pushed in on his knee, which is just so wrong. Like, it's so wrong, you know? And then like, what has happened because of this, just, it's heartbreaking. It's awful.
I see, like, I think, like, businesses, like, that are owned by black people getting, like,
oh, dude, that was the worst.
I've seen some videos where guys were like, how, like, why?
I saw that one guy. He was like probably like a 60-year-old black dude yelling
like,
down the street, yelling at everyone, like, what are you doing? Like, you're mad at the white man, but like this, I put my whole life, like, that was heartbreaking.
Yeah, it was hard, yeah.
You know, and who knows who's really doing the rioting, right? Because then you have like people inciting it. Oh, it's, you know, the Antifa or whatever you know, and then there's like, you know, they're bringing in pallets of bricks and dropping them off to, you know, so they have stuff to throw, and like, but you don't know what's right. Like, the media is going to show you so much. So like, I'm turning that shit off. Like, I watch Fox News just because that's just the channel I happen to watch. But like, there's so much bullshit on there too. It's just like, so, and I can't watch CNN because there's so much bullshit on there. So it's just like, I'm just turning all that shit off. It's just, and you know, like, it just incites, like, the media is inciting more stuff. Now, the problem is, if you turn all of that off, then you become sheltered from the real issue, right? So it's just like, you have to be woke, right? You have to be aware of what's going on, but you have to be very picky on where you're choosing to get your news from.
Or you got to pick it from multiple sources. You got to vet and look through multiple sources. That's what I try to do, keep an unbiased thought process and opinion, and just, like, Sam and I will go back and forth to CNN and Fox News, but then we try our local news channels as well, you know, and I don't know, I haven't figured out, you know, which way we're leaning on some of these local channels either, but like, I try to watch different news channels, and I try to look at different angles, you know, through different lenses. But that's it's hard.
The part that I hate the most is that it's just like, no matter what you do or say, somebody is going to get pissed off about it. So you know, Rob Bailey posted Blackout Tuesday, right? Like, and you know, I like Rob. He's a good dude. And, you know, his message was like, and he literally went on his stories and said, like, my message is choosing love over hate, and that's why I posted Blackout Tuesday. And of course, because he's an influencer and he's got a lot of followers, people are going to talk shit, right? And his response was like, you know what? I posted it because I choose love over hate, and if you don't like it, you can suck my d-. Just like that, you know? And honestly, you know, I'm sorry for like my pastors who are watching. Like,
I'll bleep it out.
You bleep that out, right? Like, yeah, okay, good. But like, seriously, like, you're never going to make everyone happy. So you have to do you. If you are coming from a good place, right, and you are not only speaking out, but then, you know, I hesitate to speak out so strongly in one direction, because then your actions, if they don't back it up, why are you even speaking, right? So, you know, my take on this is just a reaffirmation that when given the opportunity that to make a difference, I'm going to make a difference, right? Like that is what I am taking away from this, because I can say anything. I mean, I could say whatever. You could have a huge, long, eloquent post on Facebook or social or Instagram that gets a ton of likes, but if you're not acting behind, like putting action behind those words, it's just bullshit, right? And that's why, like, you're better off staying silent than just speaking, being an imposter, really. Like, I have seen it on social media. Like, I know people out there that have prejudices, and the way that they come across as holier than thou and being appalled at this. And like, I'm hoping that that is a true, genuine self-reflection of, now I see it, right? Because we all have the ability to change and see, you know, we all make mistakes, and, you know, we can become better. But like, I hope that that truly is a self-reflection and not just a, oh, you know, this is the right thing to do, right? Like, I don't want to lose my followers, right? Like, this is the right thing to do. So like, if you're making posts just because you're worried about your followers, it's not why you should be making the post. That's my opinion. I don't know. Did I just blacked out? Would I say anything?
Good. No,
did I say anything? I don't even know what I'm talking about.
I don't have much to say.
Bird.
Yeah. It's made me emotional.
Give us some.
Feel weird and
give us some motivational Monday. What do you got to say about all this, Bird?
It's just crazy. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like if you sometimes you say something like as a white guy, like you feel like those people that are like, you don't know shit because you're not in it, and it's like.
But I do know. I don't know shit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't feel racist. Yeah,
yeah,
like I'm not, but like I have a lot of friends that are, and
sure.
a lot of my best friends are. Like I grew up in at some points I was minority in some of my games and places I went back in Waterbury, and like I was the only white guy, and it's like. I don't know personally, but like I'm there for the support and
and you can be open and have an open mind and an open heart.
I can't speak as if like I've been through it, but I could say like, hey, like I'm,
So and I think that's messed up on the other side. Like if somebody you can't let somebody have compassion towards you or really truly feel for your situation or at least want to understand your situation, then that's messed up too. Yeah. You're not helping your own cause. Because that's just going to create more racial divide, and not just racial divide, just divide, period. Yeah. So, yeah. Oh, I don't even know what we were just talking about. All right, so what do we got in here? Josh Gordon, this takes care of what is Doug fired up about segment. Bird's going to have to bleep all those F-bombs out. Yeah, we already did that. Sure, yeah. And then he goes F China.
Not Joe Rogan. What's the dude's name? Military guy. Wrote a book.
The leadership book.
Yeah. I can't. It's black. I'm blacking out. Literally.
Oh, come on.
He made a good post, so I listened to it. It was a good rant.
The guy who talks like this, I was off in Baghdad, Iraq.
He's a black guy.
Black dude. Yeah.
Oh, no. Rogan. Grogan. Yeah.
I was thinking Rogan in my head, but I was like, I know it's not right.
I thought you meant the leadership guy. What is it?
Oh, the other guy. Yeah, no, not him.
Do you know who I'm talking about?
I know who you're talking about, yeah.
And he's like, I love the audiobook
because he talks like this. We were taking heavy enemy fire coming in.
He sounds like he'll just rip your head off.
Yeah. Like,
yeah, the
you don't
dude,
want.
He made a good post, and he just was like, my whole life has been, a lot of racial stuff.
But somebody, I haven't listened to it. I would need to go listen to that. Somebody said it was very balanced. Like it was.
Because he's just like, I went through a lot of racism as a kid and young adult, and even in the military. And he writes it in his book. But then he's like, I feel weird because like I speak my truths, but the people that were racist against me saying like it's all made up, like I made all that stuff up. So he's just like, I want to support it and like, but he's just like, it's a good balance. But he just went in. Yeah. Millions of people like. Obviously saw it. I mean, he's a big influencer, so.
Yeah. He's good.
Yeah.
He's good. I haven't read much of his stuff. I've consumed it all. The Raja in the house. Who else we got in here?
It's crazy to see like influencers or like famous people like in the streets and like
Jocko Willie.
UFC fighters and stuff like trying to like, people are trying to do this like, who is it? John Jones, or I think the UFC fighter.
Joe Jones.
One of the Jones. I don't know, but he was in the streets just taking like paint cans from guys. Like, what are you guys doing? Like,
he goes by Bones. Like,
Bones. Yeah. He just was in there, just like, what are you guys doing?
Somebody makes a good point in here. It's just like, it's crazy how no one has been talking about the corona amidst all this racial injustice. Isn't that insane?
Yeah.
It's just like you lock the if you could have planned how to up 2020, like you couldn't have planned it any better. Like this is incredible. It's like you lock everyone up for 3 months, tell them they can't do anything, close all the businesses, have 40 million unemployed people, and then you incite them with like racial violence, and like you don't expect the world to like explode.
Yeah.
And like
then everyone's outside just like going crazy.
That's been my biggest.
And no one has they don't care about the
struggle.
coronavirus.
Like I'm struggling like with the world, you know. Like,
Yeah.
Like coronavirus already, it was starting to instill hate, right? Like people were like, I mean, I witnessed over this past weekend. We were at the dog park, and it's outside. It's finally open, and a girl wanted to wear a mask at the dog park. You know, her right. You know, she wears a mask. As soon as a guy walked in, saw her with a mask, he started damning her for wearing a mask. You know, you're going to get carbon monoxide poison. Why are you wearing a mask? Like, just started ripping on her. And she just said her piece, and he let it go. And then he goes off and he mumbles a little bit more.
Yeah, he's probably
and
not
I told
okay.
Sam, I said, if he speaks up again, I'm going to shut him up. You know, like,
I mean, at the end of the day,
I'm going to tell her it's her right and just leave her alone.
Yeah.
You know, so there's hate that's being divided through the coronavirus. And then now it's escalated tenfold with racism. And it's just, it's been so sad to watch and see kind of like our world around us just crumble. Like that's what's bothering me the most. And
I wouldn't be able to go out and like watch like businesses being destroyed. Like no matter what I don't care like what would happen. Like I just couldn't like, and I'd be the one like taking the backlash. Like, why are you stopping it? Like, you know, I just couldn't see it. Like,
and the thing is, it's just like it goes on both sides. It's just like if you, like, how do you, if you're a protester, how do you not stop them? Because they are undermining because the majority of the protesters aren't doing that. Like it's a small you know, percentage of the idiots doing that. But like, how do you not stop them doing that? Because they're just ruining your cause, right? Like it's just crazy. Do we have any like real questions in there?
like outside of, what do you mean real questions?
Josh, where are you from? He said his gym is totally normal. Your gym is open. You're lucky.
I think he's Ohio.
Oh, right. Ohio's pretty open.
Yeah, if they're opening back up.
I mean, at this point in time, I mean, there's thousands of people walking through New York City like this close together without masks.
Oh, yeah. There's
Like
going to be a spike.
a spike or not. Just herd immunity. Maybe they should have been open this whole time. Not rioting the streets, but like that's a whole other issue.
Yeah. It's a lot of issues, man.
Man,
I see some posts like
I hate to be running
like,
for
not
president.
talking bad about like the people rioting and looting. Like, oh, you don't know, like they need to, like this is like justifiable. Like,
oh yeah, dude.
and I'm just like, I don't see any of that. Like I can't, like I don't care how bad like the world is. It's like these people, you don't even know who owns the business. You don't know what about the investors in the business? A lot of them probably, like some of them are probably black too. Like, or that's like minorities.
They
like,
might it might be a black guy owning the store.
yeah. I've seen a lot of guys just like, you know, go back to their stores and be like locally owned and just being like, damn, like I have nothing left. Like,
Yeah.
that's it. Like,
You know, but here's the crazy thing. You ready for this? They will be better off from insurance because of assuming they had insurance.
yeah.
Right?
Hopefully.
They will be compensated and they can get business interruption insurance. So some people, almost if they were smart, would be okay with it. I know that sounds so weird, but just thinking from a business perspective, because COVID did not allow, like all my business interruption insurance has literally a virus clause. Like who would have thought, like when I signed that, there would be a virus clause and I would care
That's the only
about
thing that you can't.
It's literally like, will not pay if a virus shuts down your business or you. So like now there's huge lawsuits over it. Like there's Facebook ads targeting me literally that say like, did you not collect on your business interruption insurance? Like reach out to legal firm such and such and join the class action lawsuit, right? But these businesses that have been shut down and now destroyed will at least be able to claim business interruption insurance going forward, at least for the.
I think most people were just disappointed. Like I saw like a bunch of clothing and sneaker spots that were like, I literally looked at the cameras and like seen my own customers like come in here and like rob me. Like people that I've,
picking
like,
out their sizes, picking out.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's like, you know, like shoe places in RVA and like California. Like I literally looked at the cameras and watched like my own customers, like people that like are gonna like this post and be so sad that like the store is shut down and be like I watched you. Like I like literally watched the cameras the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, I called Jesus yesterday and I asked him, I was like, do we need to be worried about our stores in Virginia Beach? Like, I think they're but he said that down at the waterfront there was, you know, some rioting in Virginia Beach.
Even imagine Georgetown. Like
Dude.
it's like such a
Dude, they're paying $125 a square foot in that place.
Yeah.
Just insane. So how do you? All right. So are we done with this?
yeah, we got just break and just
we got 3
go
minutes
to the
till
next.
we
All
got.
right. Let's take a cut and they'll reset.
Actually, go into questions.
Can we go into just do a blackout for a minute? We're gonna take a moment, and then we'll come back. All right, and we're back. So there's some actual real questions in here. What do you recommend getting back if you haven't worked out for a couple of months? Do we start training and diet again? How do we start training and diet? Just like from the first time, you can't go in there and go balls to the wall. You're going to be so sore. You know, you got to literally, I would go to like a 3-day, like every other day, go into the gym and do like upper body, lower body alternating. So like upper body one day off, lower body, day off, upper body, and repeat. Like every other day, and just do 50% of what you were at before, and just slowly build up over the next month. If you just slowly get back in, you will be in a much better spot, because you don't want to be so sore that you can't get back in there and train. So that's what I'd recommend there.
And you injure yourself.
Yeah, totally. All right.
No more questions in there?
Oh, that was just the one there.
Okay.
I mean, there probably are back here. Respect for at least talking about the problems on your platform. That's not crazy at all, bro. I don't know what that's about. Economy. Yep. All right.
Okay. We can get right into the meat.
Let's get it.
Get to the meat.
Do you have
of
any
it.
updates?
Well,
So
we
next
pushed
week-
some products back. Yeah,
So
maybe we
next-
should talk about products.
Next week deal for Core is going to be ABCD will be back. So that's our amino energy. I think we said we were going to bring it back in a few episodes ago.
Call it our energized amino acid.
Energized, fair
let's
enough.
not call it amino energy.
And so that is coming back in 3 flavors on Monday with a sick deal. We're going to do buy 3 for $60.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's stupid. So like that's going to be, so we'll have sweet tea, we'll have pineapple strawberry,
And gummy.
and
snakes.
Australian gummy snakes. So in the new labels, new branded
And then
labels.
I think we need to do a lemon drop ABCD after all this.
That would be good.
Yeah.
That would be good. So then after that, on the 15th, I think we're going to be launching the women's spring clothing pieces that Bobby, you shot the other day. We do have the men's, I don't think the men's shirts will be in, but we have the men's jogger shorts. So maybe we could squeeze that in there.
I think
You want to do a modeling shoot with Bird? You want to
Sure, got him on right now. The problem, I thought about this too while we have Bird. Like, we need to shoot those compression shorts and get those up. But then I'm thinking, like, I don't shave my legs anymore.
But you're
like,
just a beast.
should I
Hairy.
just go with it? Or
Just go with it. Like
you got the sexiest bod in here.
Like,
Doug.
get the bush just hanging out at the top.
And one of the pairs are white.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, man.
Favorite.
So, like, is that going to be a good look on a brand new spanking website? Why did I use the word?
I mean, remember that
spanking?
time
I don't know.
we shot Zach in the white ones, and like I had
Yeah.
to blur out his piece.
Yeah.
Well, you're gonna have to, you know.
No, I'm not blurring out
You
yours.
know?
Yeah.
Well, you gotta find it
Just
first.
leave the
Right?
sausage all day.
Oh my gosh. So, and then the June 22nd, we're going to do the vegan. So I hope to have Paul here. So I think let's bring Paul on as the first guest for Ask the Boss in the podcast room.
Okay.
So we'll bring
I
Paul.
have to redo the podcast room a little bit, probably.
Do we have a fourth mic? Shit, let's have Kenton. Let's have Kenton mail us his mic since he's not using it. Seriously.
Well, David does have not this mic, but a mic that
David who?
Dirty Ball Dave.
David. I don't know David. I know Dirty Ball.
David Reinecke, the Dirty
Yeah.
Ball, Dave
Yeah,
Maker,
Dingle, yeah.
Dingleberry. He has a mic that he's never used he got it for podcasts, so I think we can plug in.
Sweet. Plug that.
We'll figure
Plug it
it out.
in. And then
But like we're gonna have to change up the scenery here probably a little bit. Or I could just be off camera, you know.
like old
Like
days.
times, yeah. I'll join Bird in the back.
We could like bring a couch in here.
That'd be sick.
Yeah.
The one up in the rafters,
Yeah.
maybe.
Dude, why don't we sit down? We stand this whole time now.
People ask us that question. I mean, standing.
I think in
You
the
were
new
going
building.
through a back issue when we started standing.
That's true. Oh man, we actually got a lot to talk about. So, Core Zone. Can we talk about Core Zone and how freaking amazing it's going to
How
be?
better it's going to be when you add that 10 milligrams of shoes.
Yeah. So we got a gamer formula. I don't like to. I can't use that term. I might get like trademark infringement from Ghost or something. We have a nootropic
There's
formula.
no way they own that.
I'm just kidding, bro.
no
bro.
other stage.
I know they wouldn't anyways, but you know what? I bet you. Well, I don't know. Maybe they do.
No.
In like powdered supplement, gamer, bro.
There's a bunch of gaming things that are like gaming.
But gamer.
Oh,
I don't know.
Let me
So,
look it
anyways, This is the nootropic formula. Low stim, super high nootropic, 150 megs of caffeine, and it is next freaking level. And I want to put a little something, something extra in it, but that little something, something extra in it is not allowed in Australia. But
that never stopped us.
yeah, and like the flow to Australia right now is kind of tough with everything going on. So like, I think for Joe, I'll just have to do a separate flavor. Like maybe we'll do an Australian flavor and then just take that juju out, right? So we have 3 flavors.
But we have one flavor called juju.
We do have one flavor called juju berry, which is amazing. So we got juju berry, we got black lightning, which is blackberry lemonade, and we have sour candy, which we need a good name. So if anyone has a good name for like sour candy.
And we kind of approved a cucumber lime, but we didn't
No,
approve it.
we're not going to do that one.
It was strawberry.
It was a strawberry
Let's
cucumber lime
just
margarita.
team up with Max and just be like, yo, sour strip.
Oh, there you go.
Hey, that actually we've been talking about.
But he's with Ghost, bro. But his company,
That's different. Yeah,
that's different.
Completely
Like,
different.
yo, can we do like a sour strip collab on the back
him.
end?
Peter!
That big Pete.
Yeah, Pete, get in it. We're doing sour strip collab. That'd be cool.
That would be actually.
Have him push it.
Nice work.
You can push it,
Brainstorm.
right? I mean, it has nothing
Well,
to
he's
do
going to
with-
be getting royalties on it. So, like,
Yeah.
like juice.
Ghosts can't be mad. Or
I'm
whoever.
pretty sure they will be.
I mean, yeah, but like,
That's a good idea.
Is
You know,
it
if Ghosts are smart, they would just do the collab with sour strips.
probably not big enough?
But now we just gave it away, Bird.
They're
So
going
we
with
need
Welch's
that.
and, like-
Before,
might as well just hit him up right now.
bro,
Just have
before this
Peter
video
call him.
goes up, we got to have Peter reach out to Max and get this done. Let's get the paper signed before this goes up.
Yeah.
Oh man,
So zone, vegan.
Can we call it like the creative formula? That'd be a lot better.
creative.
Like a creative formula. Like,
How about this? How
Like
about
not
just,
a gamer.
How about, how about
That's
like
huge.
a creator.
oh, so underneath, so the tagline, so it's zone, and it's like
For the
For the creative mind.
no. Usually we do like
For the late night.
low
bird.
stim nootropic blend.
I'm just thinking about myself.
Okay, no, I'm okay,
Right.
okay. Hold on, let's
For the
think
owl.
about
For the late night reps, like, you know, like the
Like
creative mind.
For your what do you call like so it's 9
Could
to
you?
5
What
and then
about a creative amplifier?
from your 10 to 2 or whatever? Is that what what's the
yeah,
Gary
from your, like
V's?
9 to like,
Creative optimization or amplifier? Like that?
I like optimizations.
you haven't hit a button in a minute.
I know. Jeez.
Let's throw a fart in. We need it. We need a giggle.
Yeah, I like that creative for the creative mind.
Then we could just send it to like all the people like me out there.
Yeah, so you get a list of
Bird, there's
influencers.
only one of you out there.
I know,
Like,
but
come on,
like,
you-
But yeah, you can help us with the
Bird,
list
your
of people.
I got a good list. Yeah.
yeah, there we go.
We're about to hit a whole new market.
What about instead of Core Zone, we call it Core Create?
I mean, zone is fine though. Like, when
Create-
you,
people
when
will
you
think
edit,
it's
you get in
creatine.
a zone. That's it.
Yeah, you want to be in a zone.
and people will
I
think
think
that
zone's got to stay.
people will think it's creatine then.
Yeah, you got to
True,
stick
yeah,
with
yeah.
zone.
Stay zone.
Zone,
We're zone in.
Core zone.
Because I'm gonna take it. Like, that's how I take it.
the ultimate nootropic for the creative mind.
Go to the gym.
Why you got to say it all
Did
sexual?
you like that? The ultimate. I can't even do it now. The ultimate create. I can't.
All right, ready? Here, let's practice. All right, this is commercial.
Okay,
commercial.
here we go.
Ready? 3, 2.
The ultimate nootropic for the creative mind.
That's
You sound like a,
You purred. Oh my god.
yeah, it sounds disgusting.
It's like Tiger King going on in here.
You like
Like, you got a
that?
long
Pretty
mustache.
good at that,
and it's
dog.
just Weird.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into some questions. We'll
All
be
right,
going
so
until like
Core Zone, Shiznits. We got Core MRP, Core PWO coming up.
Post.
Stack 3D, just
Core
post
Post.
that up. Core Post, sorry.
Z's new formula is a question.
Maybe an exclusive flavor, new flavor of Boom and Fury. We got the new Core Z's coming out. I'm thinking that's going to be August, the new Core Z's.
Okay.
I'm addicted to Z's, guys. I have a problem.
I haven't taken it in a while.
I really have a problem, like every night. And now, like if I don't, I'm like, tonight's not gonna be the night. And I'm like, oh shit, I need a little bit. And I'll be like, Steph, just a
You're
little
addicted.
bit,
You're
just a
addicted.
little bit, just a little bit. So I'll go in there and
that
I'll
was
just,
prep for me.
I'll scoop a little, like I'll do like a third of a scoop and throw it in, but it just makes me mentally feel like, okay, like I got my juju, so I can now go to bed. So like I'm afraid to not have it.
Do you ever okay, half scoop, convince yourself, and then you lay down and you're thinking about, oh, I didn't take that other half scoop.
No,
So you
never.
get
As
up
long
and
as
go
I
back.
get a little
Yeah,
juju
get
on my
some
tongue, then I'm good.
You love that button today.
Yeah, I do.
Oh man. All right, let's get some questions.
Pick like the top
Pucker
10
punch.
questions.
Pucker punch isn't good. But
Pucker punch.
top 10 questions.
No, it's like-
Bird's already sweating it over there, dude. He's like, I got to edit this.
This is a great question to get in here. So, what's your favorite cut of steak, and how do you like it cooked? Right into the meat of
That's a
it.
good one.
Filet, medium. You can do some seasoning, but no butter on it. That's key. Because I don't like butter. I don't want to taste butter on my steak. Like, that's a big thing for me. Medium.
What's the other dress up on like a steak? It's like
Dress up?
cheese, like
jus?
like a
Blue cheese crumble?
Yeah, like a crumble.
Crumble?
Yeah,
You ever
no,
do any of that?
No. It smells like
Peppers
bare
and
shit.
onions.
Smells like bare feet.
Mushrooms and onions is a big one. I would go. I feel like I used to be filet, but I'm more towards the ribeye
Yeah,
lately.
you dirty, bro.
Yeah.
You get there that
Bone
beard.
in.
Bone in ribeye, cooked.
Just like-
Yeah, but I'm a medium guy.
Hand down the pants with that bush, eating a ribeye.
This is
That'd be
getting
great.
out of control.
When we launch a Meat Brigade shirt, it'll be full on eating ribeyes and
Just nude. Just
Yeah.
let the shirt hang all over the junk and just let the bush just.
damn,
That's sick.
that's too much.
Oh man, cigars. Let's talk about cigars for a second. I don't know. I just felt like talking about cigars.
What cigar did you smoke over the
Speaking
weekend?
of, I think I have a problem.
We should add that to the update. So, like, what cigar did you smoke over the weekend? Because we're
I
one cigar
said-
a week.
So I sent a picture. I had 3 or 4 cigars. I sent a picture to
Bella?
Frank, and I said, man, I need a rundown on this. And like, so he's like, this is this, and then smoke is medium. It's got mild. It's got a nice hint of smoke, and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, shit, how do you know all that? And then I thought about it, and I was like, he calls me and asks me the same stuff about supplements.
Yeah.
And he's like, what are you talking about? And like, that's why I'm with him, and I'll never remember it. And I, I'll get pissed when he'll ask me the same question like 4 times. But I literally ask him about the same cigar like every time. Yeah, because I just don't remember. So I get it. It's
That's
all
his
good.
industry.
Yeah.
You're a connoisseur.
Yeah. So, anyways, I think I've, I was trying to go to like 2 cigars a month. And I think now that the nicer weather's out, I think it's got to be 1 a week. Yeah. I think that's acceptable.
Yep.
And I'm going to the cabin this weekend.
That's gonna be one of the
Just
ones.
taking the boys. Just me and the 2 boys,
jeez.
the 3-year-old and the 6-year-old
And
in the Raptor.
and your dad.
And my dad and my mom.
Oh, so your mom will be there.
Yeah.
That's great.
Just go
Yeah.
put a flag up and just go do the flag
Recreate
in the middle of
your
It's
canoe
your kids.
story
Oh,
with Jackson and Griffin.
they're gonna be messed. Like, we took Griffin through the woods this week. I don't know if you saw some of my Instagram stories, and like, he didn't have a bathing suit. He like jumps right in the middle of this like stream running down through the middle of the woods, like it was a hiking trail, and he's like, "This is amazing! This is awesome!" And he's like, literally, and then he gets in the middle and he like sits down in it, and I'm like, "Bro,
I thought was he taking a crap?
no, I don't know if he
It
was."
looked like he was straining.
Yeah. So like, that kid's a mess. Anyways, questions.
All right.
Had to get the little stinker in. We always bring them up.
New Core Commodities release date.
Ooh. Jeez, I don't even.
So, in your brain, spit out new Core Commodities coming. How about that? Are you ready for
I
that?
actually need to work on a little something today. I got pregnenolone, 25 milligrams, 90 cap. Vitamin C, 1 gram, 90 cap, veggie cap. Vitamin D3, 5,000 IUs, which we don't list IUs anymore. That's going away in the new labeling system. It's like 250 micro something. I don't know. It's
Micrograms.
equivalent to 5,000 IUs. Vitamin D, 90 cap, veggie cap. Zinc, chelated. It's a trademarked form of zinc, 50 milligrams, 90 cap. And you ready for this one? Unflavored bovine grass-fed collagen,
Yep. We ready.
1 pound. Because at the end of the day, I take it right now, which I didn't bring with me today because I worked out here this morning. I'll have to do my shake later tonight, my health shake.
As long as you get it in, dude.
Yeah. So unflavored collagen, really high quality stuff. This collagen like literally instantly dissolves. It's crazy. It's like crystally clear, instantly dissolving, 0 taste whatsoever. Like a really high quality, but still on the commodity. So this is on the commodity line. So we have those 5 new commodities, and we have a whole new look. We're going to a white look that has some carbon fiber.
Yep.
It's kind of like our current new labels, but with less juju. Very simple, and they're all black and white with like a black metallic. It's super cool. So excited for those to drop.
42 minutes.
Yep.
People want to see more training videos. So we got to schedule those up.
Yep. So once we get this gym, so let's do an update on the gym. I think I'm going to buy another piece of leg equipment, and Meat's getting pissed because that's all I'm buying is leg equipment.
We have zero room. He forgets what's coming from on the.
Actually,
what's most important to me? Your legs.
Well, no,
I was talking to
Skulls
Skulls yesterday, and I'm showing him all the stuff coming in, and I'm like swiping, and I'm like, oh shit, where are we going to put all this?
Yeah.
But it's going to be sick. So the boat sails June 12th. So then we got 30 days from this. So it's going to be in mid-July. And then I'm thinking end of July, we have a open house, COVID workout, and barbecue.
There's no way to social distance in that.
No, just you need to either
Just be smart.
be smart.
Yeah, just be smart.
Yeah.
We're smart people.
Yep.
Bro,
If we're not open by the end of July, there's
Well,
going
did
to
you
be
see,
be more riots.
did you see the church's own?
Father's Day.
Yeah, for phase 1, but it's still like
It's going to be outdoor. So
it's tough.
I literally told Laura that like if they're going to make us sit in our cars, I said,
yeah.
like I'm not doing that because I'd be
Well,
more
the
distracted
online-
sitting in my car. I'd rather sit at home and watch it. Right.
The online services will be it's a permanent thing now. I think like they're always
Yeah. They'll stream that. But they were doing that before. They weren't streaming the music. They'd only stream the service.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a little different. All right. So during pre-contests, what other pre-workouts would you try
Yeah.
besides yours from 2008 to
What? English, bro.
I'm trying to read
During
people.
contest what other pre-workouts would you try besides yours from 2008 through 2014? Probably that was like
Got
Jack 3D for sure was up in there. Maybe some 1MR. Remember that back in the day?
it. Doug likes to sketch
Those
stems.
sketch stems. Yeah.
I mean, the only thing that GNC pushed was Jack 3D. Like,
Oh, dude, it's
At
crazy.
that time, I was thinking that's all I saw.
It was crazy.
That's all
dude.
I knew. That and C4, I guess, or if that
C4,
was
yeah. But the original C4 was juice.
Yeah.
Because it had the DMA.
What's the most carbs you ever had in a pre-workout?
Meal?
On what training day? Most carbs you've ever had pre-workout on what training day?
Probably the most carbs I have pre-workout is probably like 120. And just whatever. Like, that's pretty standard. Like, I'm like at 110 now in the morning, like with my Juju breakfast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
I like it.
Oh, juice.
45 grams of Honey Nut Cheerios, 45 grams of Kix, like 100 grams of banana, and 50 grams of ISO. It's like 100.
Doug, quads and ham's so thick with 2 C's.
You like that?
Where do you buy khaki shorts?
I don't.
He doesn't.
wear
Yeah,
any
I was about to say he
shorts.
doesn't.
He wears
Lululemon-
jogger shorts.
Lululemon's got a nice stretch, like
You know who does too? Old
know,
Navy.
Old Navy, bro.
Yeah, I
For
gotta
like
go
a
to Old
sixth
Navy.
of the price.
I had a
Doug gets sponsored by Lululemon.
Donate.
Meat. Old Navy.
Old Navy.
Yeah.
I had to donate a couple pair from Prep last year. 33s, a little tight.
Oh, I'd like to see that with that bush.
Why do I got a bush?
I don't want to see
I
that.
trimmed up today, Doug. I shaved my beard.
Bro, I don't want to know about
I shaved my chest up a little bit for you.
You shaved that.
You got that mower 3000, right?
Yeah, the mower 3000.
Right, you got
Yeah,
that?
yeah, that man.
Man mower.
man.
No, I don't
boy.
got that.
You don't got?
Is that a real thing?
Yeah, the mower 3.0 from like Manscaped or like.
Manscaped doesn't like some hot like porno star
She's
like
yeah, you want to save your.
yeah.
I love a clean ball.
Yeah.
Their commercials are just like.
Yeah, straightforward.
I was like, okay.
Yeah.
All right, so hi
Dur-
Pat. I know you've been following my journey, especially with my health. This past
Oh, yeah.
year, I
Great.
was wanting to know more about the greens product and the probiotics in it. Thanks. Got my red velvet peanut butter from Fit Butters yesterday, and it's amazing. Yes, it is amazing.
So I don't know the exact diagnosis that he struggled with. He was in the hospital for a long time and was like on a liquid diet, you know. So, and I think it had to do with his gut. So maybe you could just speak on greens more in depth. But I don't.
I mean, has he tried it? Are you leery? I guess I'm kind of. Is he leery of probiotics? I mean, like I would think
I'm not
so.
sure.
For a greens product, we probably have the highest with 5 billion cultured, like live culture in there, right? So like 5 billion, but like if you go and get just a probiotic, it's like 50 billion. Like the one that I take also is like 50 billion. So if you're looking for a specific gut health specific probiotic, you would probably take that in addition. So like I take a probiotic and Core Greens because Core Greens is way more than a probiotic. You know, like the probiotic, digestive enzyme, it has like the True Serve equivalent of like real greens ingredients. It's got some psyllium husk fiber in there and some other grasses and stuff. So it's a more complete product than just a probiotic. But
he had his colon removed.
Yeah, so I would say talk to your doctor. Like I don't know specifically about when you have your colon removed and probiotics, but I mean, your colon's going to be at the end of your digestive tract. So I don't really know the answer to that one.
Yeah, I don't know the answer
so
either.
I don't want to give out false information. So I would talk to your doctor before you jump on any supplement, really. Keep it rolling, mate.
All right, man.
48 minutes in. I've been feeling victory lately. I'm really liking the.
This is deep. You ready for something deep?
Oh, go deep.
You're a lot better at coming up with a deep answer on the spot than I am, so I'm gonna leave it to you. But what is the most influential thing a single person has ever said to you? We need a crickets.
Do we have a chirp?
We got a bird chirp. It's tough. It's tough to answer on the spot.
We had a crickets. I think we deleted it.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know, man. That's a tough one. The most influential. I can't recall any single conversation that I was. It was like
that was like life changing. Yeah,
life changing for me. Oh,
I just remember moment. I just remember like I don't remember single things, but just things I went through in my life that were, I guess, influential. Like played football for the first time, got my head knocked off, and then I was like, I want to quit. Like the same day, I was like, I'm done. Never playing football. I was like bleeding out of my mouth. Like I just got popped. My grandfather was like, nah, you're not quitting. Yeah. Like you can't give up on your team. You know, like you signed up, you stay until the end of
the whole quitting thing. My dad was like, you can quit at the end of the season, but you don't start something that you have to finish. So if this is something that you want to decide on, I'll support it, but I won't. You have to finish.
What was yours, mean? You had a thought.
My thought went to that one time in Arlington when Doug said, "This is how businesses fail." That's
great.
Bring some humor to the situation.
I wonder if they know what that you're referring to. You have to tell it now.
So I tried to order
receipt printer paper.
Receipt printer paper. And I ordered label, like a UPS label, USPS label printer. No. I tried to order zebra paper. I tried to order zebra paper for a laser printer,
and instead,
so I could run labels.
And instead,
we were running the online site of the Nutrition Corner, and instead I bought, I don't even know, like
60 rolls,
couple $100 of several thousands of rolls of receipt printer paper.
We already had 50 rolls of receipt printer paper, and then he ordered the wrong thing and ordered like another 50 rolls of it. But then he tried to reorder the right thing, and then another shipment of it came. So we had like well over 100 rolls of a receipt printer, and I gave Pat
a good lecture. It was like a dad lecture, like you'll never forget. This is how small businesses fail.
Are we finally like gone through the paper? Like, are we finally like?
I think
Johnny's still probably rocking it.
Yeah, there's probably still
got it.
Probably.
Who knows,
bro? It was like, well, now that there's 9 stores, like maybe we've been through it. Like that's how much it was.
And we don't print a lot of receipts anymore.
Right.
Because we have a different system.
He was just looking to the future. He's like, we're going to have 9 stores plus.
Yeah, I was thinking about the stores that we were creating in my head.
Yeah. Sure.
All right. So.
All right, let me swap a battery. Might as well just start.
Swap.
Yeah.
Chop.
Cut.
Yep.
All right, the most dope Mercer.
Yeah.
New ambassador.
Yep.
He wants to know, would we rather fart every set or cry every time you eat? I'm farting every set.
Fart every set, yeah, for sure.
Because I'm a farter.
Every set or every rep?
Well, it says set.
Okay, so every set's okay. There's a little like at the beginning,
sweet.
And then you got like 15 reps.
Cry every time you eat? I would be so pissed.
Yeah, I don't like crying.
That's so funny.
I like these questions.
All right.
My cousin wants to know, once gyms open back up, will y'all continue to crush it in your warehouse or go back to the gym?
I think we're going to be here.
I think I'm going to be both.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. So like, I guess it depends. It depends on when the equipment comes, right? Like,
Yeah, that, and then like, you know, it's
community outreach.
It's
good.
community, part of the community.
Yeah.
You know, we got to support Gold's Gym.
Yep.
So I'll probably be at Gold's Gym a little bit. I think every single leg day will be here though, for sure, because we have every single leg piece under the sun.
Not yet. We're working on it though.
But you know, I like clock tower for some back workouts. You know, so
Yep.
kind of excited to get back in the gym.
Arm day too, because we don't have that many like arm machines.
Yeah.
Clock tower's good for arms, like upstairs.
Yeah. So I think it's Annalise. She's always been a fan.
Yeah.
So she wants to know, I think she's 17 now, but how old do you have to become to be a sponsored Core Nutritionals?
I think she's asked that before. She's 18.
Yeah. So we've 18
Yep.
to be as part of an ambassador program and
Garage gym dads.
athlete. Joe Firiani, on Military Monday, am I able to hit up multiple stores through my Virginia drive asking for a friend?
Sure, bro. Whatever you want. So Military Monday is the first Monday of every month. We do free America Energy for military at all our stores. So yeah, dude, do it. It's even better if you go to each. Is just gotta make sure you post it on social media as you're driving.
Making
around.
a long drive, yeah.
Did anybody watch Joe over the weekend? He like went
Getting
camping with
wasted
some-
and like
Yeah,
shooting a
doing-
potato gun or something?
True hillbilly.
Yeah.
That guy. He loves us. Yeah, he was doing a power hour with his buddies, like taking a shot of beer every
So power hour is a shot of beer every minute for an hour, right? It's
Yeah,
like
but
8
they
beers.
went like an hour and 30 minutes.
Bro, that's like a 12 beers or something.
It was
right?
a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Josh Gordon, where did the negotiations stand on the North Carolina HQ?
So we're very close, I think. We should be getting an update. I'll make a call after this podcast and try to get an update on whether or not they're going to accept the offer. Last we spoke, I think we were literally like 50 grand off. So like, I'm hoping it gets done. Now the next big step, I didn't tell you, I don't think. I heard from the contractor yesterday.
Oh, did you?
Because
With a rough
Pat and I
estimate?
went down for a day trip on
I'm
Thursday. No, he was like, we're starting the estimate process. Just wanted to keep you updated. We will have a preliminary estimate for you by mid to end of next week.
So like before, so their first ballpark estimate.
Yeah, I would think they're gonna have. It's gonna be a plus or minus, 15% ish, right? Like, but it's gonna be like, is this gonna cost us like 50 grand? Is this gonna cost us, $5 million?
Well, Doug said that to the
I said that. I was
contractor.
like, come on, like, what are you talking here? Are we talking like 10 grand or like 10 mil? And he's like, well, it ain't gonna be the first one. Pat's like, that's my kinfolk.
I was like, I think they're my kinfolk.
Yeah.
They were nice.
I think unfortunately, after we walk it with them and we like talk out what we want, because we're going to do this right. This place is going to be sick.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a lot of work. So like, I have a number in my head where it needs to be, and I'm hoping it's that number or less.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it will be.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's a warehouse space. So how much work do you really need to do in a warehouse space? So like,
And that's the mass majority of the building.
yeah.
The lesser majority is where we want it to
Well,
be.
we're going to
nicer.
do a 5,000 square foot gym. We're going to build a 2,000 square foot commercial kitchen. We're going to do, we wanted to do a mezzanine for the office, which would be like 6,400 square feet, which is actually pretty big. But I just think the ceilings will be too low with that. So I'd like the bigger area. So I think we might just expand. So that's 3,200 square feet, but 2 floors. I think we might take that 3,200 and go to like 4,500 and just make it 1 floor so you can have like tall ceilings and like nice light coming in. And then, yeah, it's going to be dope. I mean, if we can get it done, like I'm real excited about doing it. I mean, it's a massive project. It'll take 9 months. I mean, all new roof, all new HVAC. They're going to gut pretty much everything. I mean, the building is 50 years old-ish, right? Something like that.
Looks like a Kmart, like an old Kmart.
The other one was actually an old
yeah.
Kmart. The one that the manufacturer is going to be taking, it was an old Kmart. Ours,
That's probably the one you're thinking of.
Probably.
ours was a billiard hall.
Yeah, billiards was the.
But it's weird, dude. Like there's like little like murder rooms in the back, and like
Well, they sectioned it off over time.
there's like
so it
all
turned
these little
into
rooms, and there's like
the last
mezzanine
part
where
of it was
there's
a
like
fun house. So you got laser tag, you got
Dude, there's
batting
shit
cages,
everywhere.
you got concession stand, probably
I like that place. That'd be
some
a place I
skating
went when I was
going
a
on.
kid. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Making
got
out
like
like corner. Like
like black lights and neon.
Yeah. But it's already painted. Like the ceiling's already perfect because it's all painted spray black. So, yeah. I don't know why they thought that like building a 30,000 square foot billiards hall in Statesville, North Carolina was a good idea.
Well, maybe it was 50 years ago.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't. I mean, I think they closed down 5 years ago.
Well,
it's been empty for 5
I thought
years.
we asked them what was it initially.
We did, and they said it was.
They
like,
said billiards, but it.
I don't
50
know. I don't know what you're talking about. It
They
doesn't
didn't know.
matter. But there's a lot of work. I mean, we talking like driveway and like how to throw down like more cement for them. Or are we going to do crush and ride?
Crush and run.
Right,
You
crush
put
and run.
crush and run down.
Here,
it'd be
you
just
pack that
fine.
down. You pack 8 inches of crush and run down here. You be all set, boy.
And then they didn't. Then they thought that through. They were trying to get that estimate higher. They're like, "Now, how many semis you got back here?" And I said, "Well, it's definitely getting cut in half because our neighbors, are going to be where we're getting a lot of our stuff. So we're cutting our semis in half." And he said, "Oh, you'd be all right with crush and run, but if you getting a couple trucks back here a day, crush and run, you're gonna have to lay that every month."
Yeah,
How am I doing with my accent?
that's good. You're gonna be right at home, boy.
So that's about all the questions we got.
That's all we got.
We're about
Did
at
you
an
do your
hour.
questions too?
Yeah, I mean, I screened through them pretty good. Like, kind of same old stuff, simple stuff. And we're running out of time.
It's not excitement. It's not excited me. Well, come on, let's get into some of the questions. I'm just kidding.
Oh, bro. So Burn X is that a good appetite suppressant?
Bro, answer the people what they want. No,
Somebody,
okay, then now easy.
what is Dick Punch in red, white, and what is Dick Punch red, white, and boom?
It's an amazing fruit punch flavored DMHA version of Red, White, and Boom, the original formula. High stim. See, there's the legit
Burn X
question.
appetite suppressant better than Burn Ultra?
Yes.
Yes, because we can. That saffron.
That dare saffron.
Does the alcohol kill gains? What's that mean? I don't get it.
Well, yeah, it kills gains.
We need to know the answer.
Everything in moderation. How about that? I like that answer.
Yeah.
If you're excessively drinking alcohol, cortisol levels, estrogen levels, testosterone levels will be all whacked out for a couple of days. So, like,
And your
not
goals are mixed up.
and,
right?
and
Like,
your calories are.
Like
You're
if
just gonna get fat.
yeah, that's common sense stuff.
So you good now, mate?
I'm good.
You good? All right.
Yeah.
Till next time.
Oh, do we have like a
Don't
cool?
look at me.
Oh,
Do we have
we
like
need
a?
we need a pose. We need some sort of weird
Do we need it?
screenshot.
do we need some weird shit?
I mean, we don't need weird stuff, but we just need a pose.
Just love and hate. No hate, just love.
Hug each other.
You want a hug?
No, that'd be so weird.
It's like I don't think would do it.
Here. Okay,
That's
good.
good.
We got
It's
it.
awkward. Like when you,
Yeah, yeah.
you're next to a hot girl, but you don't want to touch.
Oh, yeah,
her,
the
you know,
Arnold,
like,
and you're like this, and you're like,
yeah. Carl's always that way.
He doesn't like to be touched anyway.
no,
like,
Carl really
yeah.
wants to touch her. They're just afraid that Amy's gonna be watching or seeing it in the picture. Like, yeah.
I don't know what. To
All right,
do.
guys. Till next time, keep crushing it. We just lost our connection
Peace.
here, anyways. It was like exactly an hour.